In this video, I'll be sharing simple steps that you can use to edit any pictures. Now, before you start editing any pictures, after taking the pictures, the first thing I will want you to start doing is to organize those pictures. Now, let me show you a very easy way that you can use to organize your file before you start editing so you don't get confused, and it's going to make your workflow very easy. So after taking a picture and you've inserted your SD card to your laptop, the first thing I want you to do is to copy the picture from the SD card. So I'm going to come to my SD card, just look for the picture I just took and just copy everything by pressing Command C or Control C if you're using Windows, or you can right click and look for copy and just copy the pictures. And I want to come to my document and just create a new folder for those pictures. So I'm going to right click and just click on new folder, and I can name this folder July pictures. After naming the folder, I'm just going to open the folder and just paste those pictures inside this July folder. So I'm going to right click and click on paste pictures. Now this is another thing to consider. If you don't have enough space on your laptop, you can invest in some SSD. I have this Lexa SSD. I think this is 2 terabytes. So this is where I edit all my pictures on. So instead of working directly on my laptop, I just edit on this Lexa SSD. I'm going to show you how to use that in a bit. And after you've copied or put the pictures you snapped to a folder that you can easily access, it's time to import those pictures to the software you want to use to edit it. Since I use Capture One, I'm going to show you how you can easily import your pictures to Capture One and still keep it organized. Let me show you how to do that right now. So this is the July pictures. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to open my Capture One like this. With my Capture One open, I'm just going to click on new session right here to create a new session. Or if you already have an existing session or catalog like this, what I want you to do is to click on this file right here, and you are going to see new session. I prefer to use new session instead of catalog, so I'm going to click on new session right here. Now for this new session, I'm just going to name this session July Edit. So basically, all the pictures I'll be editing in this month of July, it's going to be inside this July Edit session. For the location, like I said, I prefer to edit on my SSD. So I'm going to click on this location and just select my SSD card and just click on choose. Now this July Edit is going to be on my SSD. But if you have space on your laptop, you can just select anywhere that's easy for you to locate. But I will not advise you put this on your desktop. A lot of people just pack junk on their desktop. Don't save any folder or any file on your desktop. It's going to make you confused. So you can save it inside of picture or create a folder that you can easily access. For me, I can easily access my SSD. That's why I saved it on my SSD. Automatically, it's going to create a subfolder for us, like the capture folder, the select, the attribute, and the trash. So once I click on OK, automatically I've created a session inside my SSD. So if I just come to my Finder and I come to my Teelens SSD right here, and I'm just going to look for July Edit. So this is the July Edit we just created instead of Capture One. If I open it, you can see we have the capture folder, the attributes, the trash, and everything. Now to import, what I'm going to do, remember these July pictures right here. I'm just going to copy this folder. Once I copy this folder, I can choose to rename this folder, maybe my name or the client's name or date. So I'm going to rename this folder my name, Balogun, right? And just select this Balogun folder with the pictures inside. Select this Balogun folder and just come to my SSD or locate anywhere you create your session and come to my July Edit. Open this capture folder right here. Once I open this capture folder, I'm just going to paste that folder inside this capture like this. So automatically I've imported my pictures to Capture One. So if I just come back to my Capture One, click on this capture folder. Under this capture folder, I'm going to see session folder. So if I just open this capture folder inside of session folder, I'm going to see my Balogun folder. Once I click on it, automatically I'm going to see all the pictures I imported to Capture One like that. Very easy, very straightforward. Now if you want to import another pictures to this session, all you have to do, let's try another one. I can just come to my SSD. So let me just come to my SSD and just paste some collaboration pictures I did earlier. So I'm going to look for the pictures I want to import. So let's say I want to edit this set of pictures right here. I'm just going to select those pictures. Once I select them, I'm going to press Command C to copy. and just look for my capture folder again. So come to my SSD card, click on this July edit, click on capture, and just create a new folder right here. So I want to create a new folder and just rename this folder favor, because that's our name. Or let's just use date July 2026. Open this July 2026 folder and just paste the pictures inside here by pressing Command V or Control V if you're using Windows, like that. Now I've imported these pictures to my capture one. So if I want to edit them, I can just come back to my capture one. I'm going to see this July 2026 folder right here, and all the pictures are going to be inside of this folder like this, as you can see. That is how you can import pictures to capture one and still organize your file. And after importing the pictures to capture one, obviously you are not going to edit all the pictures in the folder or all the pictures in the gallery. You have to select the particular pictures you want to edit. I'm going to show you how you can select particular pictures you want to edit inside of capture one right now. So I'm going to come to this Balogun folder. Obviously I'm not editing the whole picture. So let's say I want to edit I think I like this picture. So let's say I want to edit this picture right here. I'm just going to press 1. So once I press 1, it's going to be added to this 1 star right here. As you can see, we have only this picture in the 1 star. So I'm going to come back to the general pictures again and look for other pictures I think I want to edit. So let's say I want to edit this picture right here. I want to click on 1 again, and it's going to be added to this one right here, this 1 star right here. So just select any pictures you want to edit. Maybe I'll edit this picture as well, and also this one too, maybe this one as well. So once I just press 1, I've selected the pictures I want to edit to this 1 star. Now let's say you want to select another type of pictures. You can just select 5 star, and it's going to be on 5 star. So just play with the stars and just select your pictures like that. So basically any pictures you want to edit, you can put them in any star you like so. Alright, so I have some in 5 star and I have some in 1 star. So you can just organize your pictures like that. Now instead of 51 pictures, let's say I want to edit only these 6. So I just selected these 6 to 1 star like this. So I'll start editing these 6 pictures right now. I'll select this first one and just make adjustment to this picture. So you can see inside of 51 pictures, I've selected like 6 to edit. So that 6 is what I want to edit and take it to Photoshop to also do the skin retouching like that. You can see how we are just simply breaking it down step by step so you don't get confused. Alright, now after selecting the pictures you want to edit, let me quickly make quick adjustment inside of capture one before importing the pictures to Photoshop, do a little bit of skin retouching, and before we finally do our export and send to client. Now for these pictures, I'm just going to increase the exposure a little bit. So I'll come to the exposure. First of all, I'm going to create a new feed adjustment layer. Just increase the exposure. I have to take my glass out for this. Increase the exposure a little bit. Take down the highlights because I feel the highlights on this part of the face is not looking a bit too much. But if you want to check your highlights warning, just click on this exposure warning right here and you're going to see if your highlight is picky. Now as you can see, this is not bad. So maybe take the highlight down a little bit, like so. Alright, and maybe even reduce the exposure a little bit like so to fix that highlights. Alright, so I think like this works for me. So let's see the before and after. This is the before and the after. Now I feel this may lack contrast, so to add a bit of contrast, I'm going to scroll the way down, come to my RGB under levels, just push these blacks inside, push this white inside a little bit like this. Now I feel the image is looking a bit too green. So what I can do, I can come to this green and just move this midtones towards the magenta side a little bit like this to add a bit of magenta to the image. Like so. Obviously this one is too much, so maybe about 0.01 works for me. See the before and the after. Now I want to work on the green on the background. I want to make the green look a little bit more green. So I'm going to select my background. I'm not going to waste time with this edit, right? So I'm going to select my background. As I select my background, as you can see, I'm just going to come to the white balance, just move it towards the green side to just make it green a little bit like so, and maybe even reduce the exposure a little bit like this. So see our before and after, our before and after. Now I feel the exposure is too much, so maybe come to my feed adjustment to reduce the exposure a little bit because I don't want this image to be too bright. Now that this works for me, maybe open up the shadow a little bit like so. Alright, after making an adjustment to this particular picture inside of capture one, if I want to paste this adjustment to similar image to this other 6 image, what I'm going to do, With this one selected, I'm going to click on this copy right here, this arrow. I'm just going to click on it to copy the adjustments and just press Command A to select the whole pictures and just click on this apply arrow right here, this one facing down. Click on it and just going to apply that adjustment to the other image, as you can see. So you can see we have this adjustment right here. See the before and the after. This one as well, the before and the after. All right, now I feel this one is looking a bit too green and too bright, so maybe reduce the background a little bit. Also remove the green a little bit like this. So you can just go individually and make individual adjustments to it. If you don't want to paste all of them at the same time, what you can do, once you copy these adjustments, let me just redo this, reset. You can come to this image and paste it individually if you don't want to do everything together. And from here, you can now still make more adjustments to these particular pictures like so. So that is how you can edit one picture and apply that edit to similar picture inside of Capture One. I hope you are understanding it up to this point. You can see how easy it is. Now, before we continue, if you've learned anything on this video so far, I want you to like this video and also share this video with your friend or a photographer who you think might learn something from this video. Let's continue. Now, after making our Capture One adjustments and we are good with it, to import this picture inside of Photoshop, just select everything or individually, but I'm just going to select everything inside of this Capture One folder and just import it to Photoshop. So to select everything, I'm going to press Command A. So all the pictures right now are selected. So I'm going to right click. I click on Edit With, not Open With. Click on Edit With. If you click on Open With, it's going to lose the edits you make inside of Capture One. But if you click on Edit With, it's going to retain the edits you make inside of Capture One. So I want to click on Edit With and click on Photoshop. Now if you can't find a Photoshop right here, don't worry. Just click on Order right here. Click on Application, look for Photoshop. Look for Photoshop application, click on Open. And it's going to open with Photoshop like so. Now I'm going to be using 8-bit, and for here you can use PSD or you can use TIFF, but don't use JPEG. So TIFF works for me, so I'm going to select TIFF. And for the option, I'm going to click on Uncompressed, SCC Profile, Adobe RGB works for me. Just leave the settings as default and just click on Edit Variant like this. And automatically, we're just going to import this picture to Photoshop. Alright, so we can see we have this first picture, we have the second picture, third picture, fourth picture. So basically all the pictures, we have them inside of Photoshop. Now, something interesting is going to happen. If you come back to Capture One, you can see we have duplicate pictures, but this one is not TIFF, while this one is the raw file. As you can see, the TIFF file, TIFF, and the raw file. The TIFF file, the raw file, the TIFF file, the raw file. So any adjustments I make inside of Photoshop and I save it, it's going to be saved as this TIFF file or saved on this TIFF file right here inside of Capture One automatically. Now, for example, take a look at this image right now. You can see the blemishes on the image. Let me just quickly remove the blemishes and smooth out the skin and save it. And you're going to see it's going to affect this TIFF file inside of Capture One. So I'm going to come to Photoshop, duplicate my parent layer. To remove the blemishes and retouch this image, I'm going to be using the Reblend Retouch to do it. So I'm just going to come to my filter, come to Reblend Retouch, click on Reblend Retouch right here. And if I zoom in, you can see it's already making the image look good already. See the before and the after, the before and the after. Now for the face, if you want to remove more blemishes or more textures, you can come to these textures and just take it up, and it's going to make it look even more smoother. But I'm just going to take the texture down because I still want to keep textures on my image. Rather, I want to ease my picture, so I want to keep more blemishes on my picture. I don't want my face to be smooth, so I'm going to take the texture down for the face. Also reduce the dodge and burn for the face. Now see the before and the after. If you want to do it more, you can take it all the way up. We also have for the eyes, I can remove the eye vessel. As you can see, just take a look at the eyes, the before and the after. See the eyes, the before and the after. Those red vessels on the eyes are gone. So that's it right here. I can also make the eyes bright. I can take this brilliance up and just going to make the eyes bright. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take it down like this. Now this works for me, and I'm going to click on Export, and automatically we've retouched this image. See the before and the after, the before and the after. And you can take it a step further by using the retouch for me. I'm going to create a stand visible layer by pressing on Command Option Shift A. And come to filter again, come to retouch for me, and click on heal right here. If there's any blemishes that the reblend miss, the retouch for me will just fix the blemishes for us. See the before and the after, the before and the after. Looking better. I'm going to click on apply. Now if I still want to do more of dodge and burn for this image, I'm going to create another stand visible layer by pressing on Command Option Shift A, come to filter, come to retouch for me, and click on dodge and burn right here. I'm just going to do more of micro dodge and burn for us and still make the image look a whole lot better, as you can see. Now see the before and the after. With this soft light layer selected, I'm going to click on apply and come to the blend mode, change from normal to soft light. Alright, so we are getting somewhere. You can see how this image is looking good just with AI. Let me go up and show you the before and after. So the before and the after. Yes, it's also affecting the hand as well, or the body rather. See the before and the after, the before and the after. It's good, really good. I recommend it. I feel the clothes are looking a bit too rumpled or a bit too rough. If I want to smoothen it out, I can either use a photo to do this, but since I'm already inside of Photoshop, I'm just going to use retouch for me to smooth the clothes. Now to smooth the clothes, I'm going to press Command Option Shift E, create another stand visible layer, come to filter again, come to retouch for me, click on fabric right here. So with this fabric, retouch for me is just going to try and just smooth out the clothes for us. So let me zoom in so you can see the before and the after, the before and the after. If it's too much, reduce the amount and click on apply like that. Now I think I still have textures on my face and everything looks good. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to crop this image 4x5 for Instagram. So I'm going to pick my crop tool and just crop this image 4x5 like this, and I'm going to click on OK. And after doing all the edits you want to do inside of Photoshop, your scale retouching, your color grading, basically everything you want to do inside of Photoshop, after you've done it, if you want to save these pictures, I'm going to press Command S and just click on OK. And just going to save this picture. As you can see, saving. Immediately you finish saving, if I come back to my capture one, you can see the whole edit we did inside of Photoshop is now on this TIFF file right here. Now let me just put the raw file and the TIFF file side by side so you can see. Now this is the raw file right here, the one we imported to Photoshop, and this is the edited image we did inside of Photoshop. You can see the difference. This is the raw file and this is the TIFF file, but it's back to capture one. Now if I want to export this picture finally and send to my client, I'm going to export this picture inside of capture one. The way I export is, I'm going to click on this export right here. Once I click on this export, for clients I use full size resolution for my JPEG. Alright, so the quality is the highest quality, and I want to take this quality to 100% if I want to export for a client. Now under this location, you are going to see folder. So the default section is going to be output. Alright, but I want to create a subfolder so that this picture is going to be on that subfolder to get organized even more. So I want to name this subfolder Balogun Edits or Balogun Edited, and just click on export right here. So once I export this image, to see the exported image, I'm just going to come to my Finder, come to my SSD, click on my July edits. Inside this output right here, I'm going to open it and I'm going to say this Balogun Edits folder and just double click on it, and this is the picture right here. This is my edited picture right here. Now that is how you can easily edit any pictures. You can see how we are able to export that picture from our SSD. We created a new folder, organized the pictures, then we created a section inside of capture one and import those pictures into that section. We selected the pictures we want to edit inside of capture one, very easy, and we made our adjustment inside of capture one to the picture we want to edit. And after making those adjustments, we were able to import those pictures to Photoshop, did our skin retouching inside of Photoshop, everything we want to do inside of Photoshop basically, then exported that picture back to capture one, and finally export the picture to our device and upload the pictures to anywhere you use. If you use for Google Drive, WeTransfer, whatever you use, send the link to your client, and that is basically how you can edit any picture from start to finish. And if you want to learn how to edit your picture from start to finish, I made a 15 minutes video explaining in details from raw processing to Photoshop, manual scale retouching, not with AI. And if you're interested in watching that video, check out the video right here. I'll see you guys in my next one. Stay creative.